So, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, this video is about the Stepien Rule. It's an NBA rule regarding trades. And I guess the reason I made this video was because I don't think a lot of people know about why that rule is a rule or the fact that it even is a rule. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to talk about what the Stepien Rule is. And, I didn't know really why it was there or really what it was until recently. And then, I kind of researched about it. So, yeah, basically, the Stepien Rule is a rule that keeps teams from trading two consecutive, first round picks in consecutive years. So, basically, what it means by that is you so say it's the 2020 draft. You can't trade your 2020 first round pick and your 2021 first round pick until after the 2020 draft is over. It's probably a little confusing. If you guys want to know more, you can maybe go look it up, and do some research on your own. But yeah, basically the reason this rule was created was because in the 1980s, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, his name is Ted Stepien. He was easily the worst owner in NBA history. And I guess you could probably make a case for Donald Sterling, but so basically, due to him, they had to change the rules and make that a rule. So basically, Ted Stepien took control of the Cavaliers in 1980, and he did not make very good decisions. So basically, what he did was he traded most of the Cavaliers' futures in the 80s, and in return for basically rotational players and players who did nothing. So that was not very good. And those picks that he ended up trading ended up being really high draft picks that helped teams and juggernauts like the Lakers. That's why the Lakers won, were winning so much because they had Kareem, Magic, and then with one of the Cleveland Cavaliers draft picks, they added James Worthy. And this was because Ted Stepien, he thought he was really smart, and he kind of knew what he was doing by trading all these draft picks, but clearly he didn't have any idea what he was doing. And the Cavs just kept struggling, and a lot of teams got a good draft pick. The Cavs traded away a draft pick that could have been John Stockton, and they also traded away a pick that, like I said before, could have been James Worthy. And they just kept on trading draft picks, and it got to a point where the Cavs were just so unstable that the NBA basically took away their ability to trade, because if they didn't, there was a chance that the Cavs would disband, because Cavs fans hated just the Cavs and Ted Stepien for basically ruining the team by basically getting rid of every draft pick they owned. So yeah, and I think something else that factors into the Stepien rule being there is the draft lottery, because it's you're not gonna know what draft pick you have until after the lottery, as opposed to in the NFL, just after the season you kind of know what pick you've got. So yeah, if you ask me, I'm not a huge fan of the draft lottery, but I guess if they didn't have it, then teams would just tank on purpose. I mean, teams are still gonna tank on purpose, to be fair. So it's yeah, but so yeah, like I said, the Cavs did lose their ability to trade draft picks. I think through the 1981 and 82 season, and I mean, they kind of had to do that. Otherwise, the Cavs would probably disband, given how unstable the franchise was, and that probably wouldn't do the NBA very good. So yeah, they clearly had to stop the Cavs from making trades. And luckily for Cavs fans, Ted Stepien was had sold the team a year after That and things didn't really get better, but like it was probably better than having Ted Stepien as the owner. And due to his bad trades, the Cavs only made the playoffs one time in that like entire decade, which is kind of sad. I mean, to be fair though, a lot of teams didn't weren't really that good at that time because it was the Jordan era, and the Lakers were also a good team. So yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's it for me. Well, like, regarding the Stepien rule, but I kind of also wanted to use this video as, a way to talk about the NBA bubble. So, I was just wondering, like, how do you guys like the bubble? Like, you think it's cool and all? Like, I think from watching the game at home, from that standpoint, it's exactly the same. Like, I guess, yeah, you can't see the fans, but, like, the virtual fan, like, that's alright. But like, no, is the bubble cool? Like people are saying you shouldn't really like judge how good like a player is like based off a bubble, but like TJ Warren, like he's gone off. Like as I'm recording this video, he just dropped 39 points on the Lakers. So it's like, and then I'm pretty sure he scored 30 twice and then 50. So it's like TJ Warren has been going off, and I think he's trying to make his mark as a star in this league. And I know it's not really fair to judge a player by like a game or a week, Andre Ingram, but like still, I think he's if he can keep this up, then Pacers fans have something to be excited for, especially given Victor Oladipo like hasn't really done all that. But like, yeah, I guess that's it for me. There's I don't really know what else to talk about. The the Nets have clinched their playoff berth, which is cool. But like, yeah, that's it for me. There's nothing else I got to talk about. That's why the Stepien rule was there, just because of one really bad owner in the '80s who thought he was a smart decision maker, but it turns out he wasn't. So see you guys later, and that's it.